Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, but you can also call me Maria. I am back again with another pickle card, and for today's video, we're going to be looking at why this person is not communicating with you. So this could be any person that you have in mind. I'm going to try to keep it as neutral as possible, so it applies to romantic relationships, just friendships, family relationships, whatever it is. So I'm going to do that. As you saw, I didn't prepare anything. We're only going to be using the tarot decks. I don't feel the need to use an oracle for this reading since I want it to be straight to the point. I want it to tell me what it is and not just get you the answer, right? So I was gonna say something apart from that, but once again I forget something. Is it me if I don't forget something in the intro? Whatever. So without further ado, let's get into your pile. So for pile 1 you have the Horror Tarot. For pile 2, you have the Luna Somnia Tarot. And for pile 3, you have the Light Seers Tarot. Hello, for pile 1 with the Horror Tarot, that is your reading. I feel kind of weird about picking this tarot deck for the reading because I feel like people may hear Horror Tarot and be scared by it in some way. It has some strong imagery, but it's not too bad in my opinion. I have other decks that are worse than this one. So if you picked with your intuition, this is probably the right choice for you, the right pile. So let me see why this person is not communicating with you. I'm getting off the bat very nervous energy. So I don't know if this person is nervous to talk to you, or just anxious about something in their life that may or may not be related to you. Let's see. Why is pile 1's person not communicating with them? Jesus Christ. That is the Ace of Cups. I'm looking at the camera to make sure that it's centered, because when something is not centered, it really sets me off. Why are they not communicating with pile 1? Ooh, okay. Those are 2, but they came up they're stuck together. That is the 5 of Wands. And the 10 of Pentacles. I have to look at it closely because the letters are very small. And I'm not used to the deck yet, so I don't know the cards by heart. We're going to start with that. If I need anything, I'll get more, but I'm pretty sure this is enough. So I think it's clear as day. So that nervous energy that I told you about, I still think it's here because this person, they have some strong feelings. Now, if this is someone that you are asking about that is some type of romantic connection, or someone who is a friend that you think they may have feelings for you, they do. If that is not the case, this person just is having a lot of emotions right now. They're very focused on that, and they're kind of the sense that I'm getting with the 5 of Wands is that they're kind of stopping themselves from communicating for some reason, either because of the big feelings, they may feel they're gonna lose control in some way. Maybe there's someone that's very focused on keeping this air about them that they're cool and aloof, right? And that's not the case right now, so they're kind of uncomfortable with that. I'm also looking at the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles can mean many things, but in the context of this reading, for me, it feels like there could be some influence from their family, and that's something that's also helping, that's also keeping them it's not stuck, it's just kind of stopping them with this 5 of Wands, because what I'm seeing the most with the 5 of Wands is almost like someone walking forward and being pushed back by the Wands, and the Wands kind of are representing this uncomfortableness that they're feeling, but also other people, because the 5 of Wands, it's conflict, and there are different people here. So it could be that they're refraining from speaking to you because there are outside influences from other people, and or they are uncomfortable with the emotions that they're feeling. It's a very jittery energy. So this feels very much applies to your situation as it resonates. But something that is popping up for me in this reading, and I'm going to mention it because there's a reason for it, or maybe just the energy that is strongest in the reading. For many of you, this person is actually like a friend. And these feelings are like romantic-ish, or maybe they are not quite there yet, but there's this like attachment. So they're maybe questioning how they truly feel about you. So I know that I said that I just wanted to get straight to the point, but like if you want to stick around, I'm going to give you some advice using the cards, just because the reading is really short, and even though I just wanted to like give you it, I feel like I need to give you something more. So oh wait, hold on. So the 10 of Pentacles, again, I didn't like, just looking at the imagery right now, there are these people like inside the coffin, and it's like the phrase that came to mind is like skeletons in the closet. So there may be some things that they are keeping, like, again, it could be feelings, but it could be other things as well that they think would cause you to view them in a more negative light. There may be like actually questionable things, but I feel like most of it is kind of in their mind. Like, this is not like something you would judge them for, or like something that would be a complete turn off, right, for you, I think. But it's like their anxiety and them feeling like it might be a huge problem. But again, it just feels like it's in their head. Like, it's not like if they took a second to actually think about you and the whatever dynamic they have with you, they could like objectively tell, at least with certain level of certainty, that you would not be bothered by whatever it is they're trying to hide. But it's kind of irrational. So they're telling themselves that if they told you about this, you will be uncomfortable and you will pull away from them, and they don't want that. So they're kind of in like this inner struggle, right? And it's just, they're not moving at all. Like, every time they try to maybe like, oh, maybe I should tell them, like maybe I should just take a leap of faith, you know, just be honest, come forward with all of this, they stop. They are stopped. That's the energy. It's like, imagine like the image that they showed me is like a car running towards a brick wall and just hitting the wall, coming back and hitting it again. So it's like, it's also like self-destructive. That's something that I'm picking up on, because clearly it's a car, and if it drives into a fucking brick wall, it's going to break. So eventually it's like they can't keep doing that forever. They're gonna have to choose to either get out of the car and walk away completely, or go around the wall and like stop like doing that shit, right? So yeah, so they're kind of like at this kind of standstill. They're not sure what to do. So there's a lot of back and forth in their energy. Let me give you some advice regarding the situation if you want it. What the hell is that? I think that's a wheel. That is the 6 of Wands. I thought it was the Wheel of Fortune. 6 of Wands. Any advice for pile 1 regarding the situation? I thought that was going to come out, but it didn't. So I'm just going to leave it alone. There we go. And the King of Pentacles. I think that you quite literally need to let them figure this out by themselves. Like, there's really this is very much like a conflict within themselves and maybe with some other people in their life, but it's like, I feel like even if you reassure them, which you could do, like carefully, maybe not to let them know that, you know, right? Just be like, hey, you know, like if you ever need anything, I'm here for you, and like if you need to talk, you can just call me, you know, like putting it out there, but not letting them know that, you know, right? So I think that for you it's very important just to focus on yourself and keep moving forward. So if they're stuck, it doesn't mean that you have to stay stuck. until they decide what to do. That is not something that they want you to do here with the 2 cards that I drew as advice. They really want you to just keep moving forward. And if it's like a cycle, because I am seeing the 6 of Wands, I thought it was a Wheel of Fortune, but it's going around and around and around. If this is something that has been going on for a long time, what they want you to do is just, like I said, just keep going. They are going to, maybe that's going to make them snap out of it, but just do it for you, okay? Because you don't deserve to be stuck there while this person is just acting hot and cold and shit, right? And with the King of Pentacles, there's this message coming through. So like I said, they feel like very attached to you, even if it's not like a fully romantic thing or anything like that. They're just attached to you in general, whatever the situation is. And so you may also be attached to them. So there's like a strong bond. So, but they kind of, what I'm seeing is you not deriving your safety and your sense of worth from whether this person talks to you or not. Maybe you have had issues in the past with attachment where maybe you had like difficult relationship with your parents, and that kind of translated into your romantic relationships and your friendships. Or maybe you have a kind of like an anxious attachment where you're kind of always striving for reassurance that they love you, and if you like fuck up and even a little bit, or maybe even sometimes you don't fuck up, like you feel like they're mad at you. So the fact that they're kind of pulling away, it's making you question if you did something. You didn't do anything. This is completely on them. Like this is something coming from inside them. It's not, it may have to do with you, but it's not your fault. So part of that moving forward and out of the cycle is learning to find, like, instead of focusing on someone that may be pulling away because you want like acceptance from them and reassurance, to kind of try to heal that and derive it from yourself, like your self-concept, your self-image. So don't let what other people do or stop doing influence the way that you see yourself, because again, in this case and in many cases, it's something that has to do with them alone and not with you whatsoever. Okay, so yeah. And if they do come forward and tell you whatever this is, they're telling me like kind of to be, for you to be grounded. I don't know what that means exactly. Like instead of like maybe jumping to conclusions, and even if they don't tell you anything, like instead of jumping to conclusions, kind of like come back to your center, see things as they are and keep them like that. Because if you're like an anxious person, your mind's gonna be running a lot, and all those fake scenarios that just cause you stress for no reason. Yeah, but if they do like come forward, ground yourself. Like if they are going to talk to you and they tell you that, hey, I need to talk to you, take a second to breathe and center yourself so your brain is not going crazy everywhere. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So yeah, that is all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do have my office of the channel over there, and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2 is your reading, so let's get right into it. Let's see why this person's not communicating with you. I didn't say this in the beginning, as always, but I am simply going to use the tarot. I did say that in the beginning, but what I didn't say is that I'm going to use like general advice for you regarding the situation after I get why they're not talking to you. So let's get into it. My God. That is the Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, why are they not talking to Pile 2, and the 7 of Swords. I should have said this before I even got the cards, but like the main feeling that I got, like as soon as I started your reading, well, even before when I was just kind of cleansing the energy like around my desk and all that to connect to yours, the first thing that I felt is that this person, this is kind of true for everyone, but especially this person, like if they don't feel like talking to you, they won't. This person gives me like, I'm gonna be honest, they don't give me like a good vibe. I don't like them. I don't have to like them, but it's just the energy that I'm getting. And just seeing the Seven of Swords, it kind of collected like, okay, because sometimes I feel things, but I kind of wait because I'm like, is it just my head? It's like a super bad habit. Even though I do this, I still question myself sometimes, and then the cards come up and I'm like, okay, yeah, that was it. So this person, they are not necessarily or even at all concerned with you. It's kind of like they may know, like you may feel they may know that you are going to probably feel weird if they don't talk to you, or that you're going to feel sad, or maybe they know that you're expecting some kind of answer from them. If you ask them something and maybe they didn't give you an answer and you're still waiting for it, they don't care. It's so fucking weird. I feel like they are someone that is very focused on themselves, right? And while this is not always a terrible thing, I feel like they are so kind of self-absorbed that they, like, if there's something, like, they are up here and everyone else is down here, so their needs always come first, no matter what. And again, that is not objectively bad, because I feel like you should take your needs into account, but it's like they don't have the tact to maybe tell you, hey, I'm not ready to answer that question, I need some time for myself. They don't have that maturity, so it's kind of like they pull away and fuck everyone else, right? And while that, I think, may be called for in some situations when, like, people are, like, actively toxic and you're trying to cut ties, but when it comes to people that actually care about them, they still do the same thing. So, not cool on their part, because these are people that care about them, you included, right? But they don't have that decency. It's weird. I'm literally not even looking at the cards. I'm just like kind of staring to the side and saying what's coming through. So also, like, this person with the, I didn't even ask the question. That is the Five of Swords. I didn't even ask what I was gonna say. I just started shuffling mindlessly. Hold on. So that's the Five of Swords. I saw it. But like this person as well, they may, like I said, it's very like me energy. And right now I feel like they, specifically with all these cards, it feels like biting off more than they can chew. So they may be like extremely focused on something, like on their goals. And when they are focused on their goals, everything else takes a back seat. Okay. And again, not always bad all the time, but they're kind of hurting people, you included, in the process, because they are not balancing. Okay, like sometimes, sure, you have to go after your goals and shit, but I feel like I'm almost arguing with them, because I'm like, that's not necessarily bad. Like maybe they're like, oh, so that, like, that's bad, or like I'm just hustling or whatever. So I don't know why I feel like I'm arguing with them. Maybe that's something that you have told them. Maybe you argued with them about this, like, yeah, they become distant when they're going after something. But it's kind of like they're not even good at it, in the sense that they are going after their goals, but they kind of put too much pressure on themselves, and then they crash. But then they do it again, and they take all the fucking swords, right? Because it is the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is someone literally taking like 5 swords, but still looking at the 2 that they left behind. So it's kind of like not even looking where they're going, they're just looking at the swords. So they are very... Here's the thing. So it feels like they don't care. Like, they care about themselves in the sense that they're self-absorbed, but they don't care about their well-being. And they don't typically care about other people either. So I feel like they may be this type of person that they feel like they only have, like, only they have their own back, right? And even if that's not the case, even if they have people that care for them, they kind of feel like it's them versus the world, right? And that they have to kind of fight for everything that they want, which sure, but they kind of always take the hard road, or they don't plan, or they just make like an impulsive decision and go for it, even if like it makes literally no sense to be doing that right now. So it's like this weird energy, but yeah, they're not communicating because literally they're so absorbed in whatever it is they're trying to do. Yeah, that's wow. I'm literally seeing someone very much like, you see the, if you see it at all, there are these tiny like crystals, and there are like what I think are plants inside the crystals. I literally saw a person inside like a crystal, like not a ball, just a rough crystal. So I don't know why. Maybe they feel trapped. Like maybe they feel like I said, like that. Maybe if they don't do this, they're like, I'm worth nothing. It's such a like very workaholic, perfectionistic energy, to the point that it's unhealthy. Okay. And maybe if they weren't doing this, they would care for you and everyone else. But it's like they're so engrossed. Is that even a word? I think it is, but I'm not sure. They're so into whatever it is that they're doing that they don't have time, or at least they tell themselves that they don't have time to deal with anything else. And that is a very harsh way to put it. Let me see some advice for you in this situation. Well, I thought that was going to come out. It didn't. Let me leave it alone. So, I felt like I went into a little bit of a British accent there for some reason. Maybe you or them are from England. So, that is the Six of Wands. I don't know why I got confused all of a sudden when I saw the Six of Wands. This is very similar to the message that Pile 1 got. They also got the Six of Wands. That's why I was like, wait, did this card not come up before? And I kind of got confused with the 2 decks, like, for some reason. Yeah, they messaged the advice for you is very similar to Pile 1. What they want you to do is literally move forward. Kind of get out of the cycle that they put you in, to stop waiting for them, because like I said, they are not going to communicate with you or be there for you as long as they have the other thing that they want to do. And it will always be the case. So sometimes so here's the thing, what I'm feeling is that sometimes they may have told you, like, sometime, at least 1 or 2 times, like, after I get this, if it is like a relationship or someone that you are in like a situationship with, right, that you are talking to or whatever, they have told you, like, as soon as I do this one thing, I'll commit to you, or when I'm done with this, I'll hang out with you, or I will do this. So, but it's always like they finish doing the thing and then they're after another, so they never actually fulfill their promises, right? So this is not fair for you. And you can care for them, but they shouldn't be able to walk all over you, okay? So with the Six of Wands, for me, it feels like moving forward and focusing on yourself, your self-confidence, your whatever it is that you want to do. Focus on that instead. And if they snap out of it, great. If not, oh well. Because you can't really, like, force them in any way, and they're so fucking stubborn too. So What? I only wanted 2, but 3 came out. I mean, I only wanted 1 more card, but 2 more came out. And that is the Wheel of Fortune and the 7 of Wands. I like that. You got the 6 and the 7. So there are like 2 7s here. So that may be a significant number for you. 2 10s as well. I'm liking that. So as advice for you, adding the Wheel of Fortune and the 7 of Wands, I feel like, especially the way it came out, whenever you start moving forward, like focusing on yourself instead of them, the cycle that I talked about before, like the wheel is gonna turn and something new is going to begin for you. It may be challenging a little bit because we do have the 7 of Wands, but I feel like overall, the moment you kind of move forward, things are going to start flowing better for you, regardless of whether this person is going to actually make it into your life or not. I feel like you need to let things take their course. If they're going to keep doing this, if they're going to like keep focusing on everything else and making empty like promises that they know and you know they're not gonna keep, let them be. Just, they will literally remove themselves from your life for you, maybe not even intentionally. They will simply just keep moving, and you don't have to keep them in your life. You don't have to chase them, because they, with the way that they're acting here, at least the way that it's being shown to me, they don't fucking deserve you. I will say it how it is, okay? There's something very important here that I heard about protecting your peace. What are those signs? Because I called my attention to some symbols that are here. This is so fucking tiny. Oh, I think that is the triple goddess symbol. And I think that is the Mars and Venus symbol. It's so tiny. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, that is significant for you, but I feel like those are very much about empowerment. So it's kind of like the advice for you is to empower yourself enough to walk away, or like just walk away. Let it be, and again, focus on you and what you want to do, how you want to grow. If there is something like, if they are bringing up like unhealed versions of yourself, or just if they're triggering you in some way, maybe analyze how they're triggering you and try to find out why. Because I feel like even if they are actively like trying to get out of your life, maybe not fully, but like they're actively not there. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're not there, period. Just because they're not there, it doesn't mean that there's not something that you can learn from them, right? And that's not like there's someone to look up to necessarily. Just the way that they trigger you and the way that they treat you, it's going to give you a lot of insight about how you see yourself and things from your past as well. It's because our relationships with people, I think, and it's something that I've noticed, kind of reflect our very first relationships in life. So like attachment theory, I'm a psychology student, so I'm obviously fucking going deep into the rabbit hole. But like the theory is that whatever relationship you form with your primary caregiver, whether secure or insecure, you can look this up if you want, research it. It's going to kind of transfer over into other relationships. So it kind of shapes the way that you see the world. So there are a lot of things in relationships, patterns that come up that can help you figure these things out and eventually resolve these issues. And like the moment maybe that you see someone like this person, you won't be coming to a YouTube video, right, to get a message about it. You will simply be like, no thank you, I am leaving. Because the thing is that when people don't appreciate, because I don't feel like this person appreciates you, right? When people don't appreciate you for who you are, and you have to be constantly begging for their time, their attention, or whatever, they're not treating you well. And there's absolutely no reason for them to be in your life whatsoever. They're not bringing anything to the table. at all. Like, they're not providing you with anything. They're not helping you. They're not supporting you. They're not making you laugh. They're not doing anything. They're just focused on themselves. So you see what I mean? So yeah, that's basically what is coming through here. But yeah, that's the reason they're not talking to you. They're not focused on that whatsoever. They're focused on them. And you're gonna have to turn around and focus on you, because they, like, if they're taking care of their business and you're taking care of their business, nobody's taking care of your business, okay? So focus on you, babe, all right? And things will get better in the future. The wheel will turn. If they're meant to leave, they will leave, okay? But don't let them keep, like, treating you like a old rag, okay? I have to say. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my updates of the channel over there, and also in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, for your pile through with the Light Seers Tarot. This is your reading. So, before I forget, like, right before I start your reading, like, before I start readings, I usually, like, ask my spirit team to connect me to the energy of who I'm reading for. And usually as soon as I do that, I start getting, like, random, like, intuitive hits. And the first thing that happened for you was that I started singing. Like, I literally just started randomly singing the song Mamma Mia by ABBA. Yeah, I just started singing it, and then I just started speaking because I cleanse. I have, like, a little bell over here, and I was saying, like, cleanse the energy and all of that, and I sang it. I don't sing shit usually when I'm talking, so maybe that's something that I like to do. Maybe you sing a lot, or maybe this person does, but yeah, that was interesting. Let's see why they're not communicating with you. The other thing that I'm feeling, like, that's weird. I don't know if this is someone that you dated before. Take it as a resonance. This can apply to any relationship, okay? But for those of you that this applies to someone that you are romantically interested in, I have this feeling that this person, I was scratching my eye, it's so itchy. My allergies are killing me. This person, it feels like you dated them before, or you had a thing going on before, and you kind of separated, right? But then you came together again, and that has happened 1 or 2 times. And right now they're not communicating with you for some reason, and that's what we're gonna look at. But I don't know why I get the sense this is not my first rodeo. I don't know why. So let's see why they're not communicating with you. Maybe there's someone that you were in a relationship with that you decided to, like, give it another shot. And if not, this is just someone that maybe you haven't talked to in, like, a long time, but you already know them. Like, this is someone that you kind of, maybe you fell out over time and it wasn't, like, a big, like, horrible thing. And now you're kind of trying to reconnect, but they pulled away. Something like that. Let's see why they're not communicating with you. A fishbowl? What the fuck? That is officially one of the most random things I have heard while doing this. I heard a fishbowl. Do you have a fishbowl? Like, I have no, like, they say the weirdest shit to me. Like, and many times it's important for someone that I'm reading for right now that's gonna stumble upon the video. But in the moment, I am so confused. Let's see. Why do they not want to communicate with you? Fishbowl. Oh my god. I keep seeing the lady from Mommy. I don't know why. I love that movie, but I've started seeing, like, it in my head right now. Tanya? I believe it's Tanya. The one with, like, the short well, they both have short brown hair with, like, the bouncy hair that's, like, very tall and skinny. The lady that played Martha May in The Grinch. That lady. I'm seeing her. When I heard a fishbowl, I literally saw her. I don't know. I'm 99% sure there is nothing in that movie about a fishbowl, because I watched it, like, religiously for, like, 3 years. I'm, like, a little bit obsessive. I don't know why I'm seeing her. So maybe there's something in that movie for you. Maybe you like that movie, or I don't know. They literally don't want to tell me anything. Do you see how long I've been shuffling? Why do they not want to communicate with pile 3? Like, I know the point is that they don't want to communicate, but I'm gonna get it out of you. So, like, that was aggressive. I'm not taking all of that, though. These are the first 2 that I saw, so I'm taking that. The Chariot and the Page of Wands, and I'm gonna get one more. What the hell? It's like I was like, you're gonna get it out of you, and they were like, fine. Man. Okay. 21, the World. I don't know why I felt the need to say the number, but here we are. So I'm gonna get you, I forgot to say this in the beginning, I'm gonna get you some advice regarding the situation from these cards again, like at the end. But let me see why the hell they're not talking to you. I feel like they're confusing me on purpose. Like, this is such a weird energy. What the fuck are they doing? So okay, so the way this is, like, I don't know why, but this, like, sequence of cards, it gave me this weird, like, feeling that I don't know what people say in English when they play this game, but it's like the thing that you tell your friends when you're little, and you're like, the last one to make it is a rotten egg. Is that what it is? It gave me kind of that energy. But with the Page of Wands, is like flipping a coin. Like, should I speak to them or not? Lands on, like, whatever the fuck they picked was a no. And they were like, nope. And took off. It's so weird. It's like they were looking... Oh, okay. So it feels like they were kind of looking for confirmation that maybe they shouldn't speak to you. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if you're here watching me, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this person had talked to a tarot reader, or had watched a tarot reading on YouTube, or even did their own, like, tarot reading, whatever the fuck. Like, maybe they did it for themselves. But it was kind of confirmation bias. Like, like, if I went like this and I was like, should I speak to pile 3? Boom, that's a no. It's a yes, because that is a magician. But it's like they looked at it and were like, no, okay. So it's like looking for an excuse not to talk to you. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know if maybe they're scared, because I do feel this very flighty energy. I don't know why. Like, that is so fucking strange. I'm literally trying to pinpoint the energy of, like, why are you not doing this? When it's like spontaneous. Like, I don't know why it felt like, oh, just being like, oh, I just remembered, like, in the movie, the dude Harry, who ended up with another dude, he kept saying, I'm very spontaneous, or something like that. So, but this was kind of forced. So the way that I'm seeing it is that they were looking for, like, should I, like, rekindle, or, like, whatever, you know, speak to pile 3 again, or anything like that. And they took whatever sign or whatever it is they did as a no. Maybe someone said no, and, like, one person said no, and they were like, okay. It's almost like if I asked, okay, universe, send me a bird if I shouldn't speak to pile 3, for example. I don't know why I'm getting, like, this person is spiritual, that may be spiritual, but they live literally next to a fucking forest, so they see birds all the time. So it took like 2 minutes for them to see the bird, and they were like, oh, okay. But it's like confirmation bias. I feel like they're scared. It feels like they're scared, not of you necessarily, of whatever this is, of, like, for whatever reason, they're scared of your connection, or what it may entail, or what it may lead to. So they're kind of running, and it was so hard for me to get that. Like, they're literally not even letting me get to what the hell it is. So they're just like, I don't know why I heard naked and afraid. What the fuck? So they're like, kind of just flighty. They don't want to deal with something because I feel like that's their problem. They don't want to face things that scare them, and they will try to find any, I want to say any, I mean any sign that they shouldn't do it. Like, you know, let me get you some advice, girl. I say girl, you don't have to be girl, but it's like, I don't know. Okay. This is weird because the other two piles were so serious and this pile is so like I've been laughing the whole pile because their energy is so weird to me, but in a funny way, because like I can tell they're fucking terrified, but they're trying not to seem like it. Like, okay, good, I shouldn't do it. And they just take off running. It's such a weird energy to deal with. Okay, let me get you some advice. What should pile 3 do in this situation? And no advice for pile 3, anything like that. Anything that's gonna help them here. I thought that was gonna come out, it didn't, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Okay. Bestie, those are too many cards. Give me like 2. Thank you. They're trying to give me like the whole fucking deck, and that is just not going to happen. I just need some advice for you. The Queen of Swords. Okay. I kind of like that energy. 10 of Pentacles. There's a 3 of Wands down there. Let me put that over here. Okay. So your advice. Shit. Okay. So they don't. Surprisingly enough, I don't feel like they're saying to move on completely, because again, I don't feel like this person has like malicious intent or anything like that. I just feel like they're scared. So technically your advice here, what I'm seeing, especially with the Queen of Swords, is like, don't do anything, just mind your business. Because when I say they're very flighty, I mean like what I explained, that they're like, oop, I'm leaving because I'm scared. But it could turn in a minute. So like that could change because they're like being like, I don't want to deal with this, I'm running. But then they're like, but this person is great, and like they gave me another chance. Because again, I still feel like that energy of like, there's someone that you have met before. Oh, and that's maybe the thing with Mamma Mia as well, because she met them and then didn't see them again for like 20 years and then they show up. Oh shit, that makes sense. Okay. It's just piecing together in my brain. But just as soon as they take off, they may like literally stop dead in their tracks and be like, what the fuck am I doing? And then come back. But they don't want you to really do anything. It's not necessarily waiting for them, but it's more like staying in your throne. So you don't have to chase after them. But you also don't have to necessarily, like the other two piles were like, leave. But here it's more like, sit back, relax, do not worry. Okay? If this person comes forward and they are ready to like step up to whatever role you want them to fulfill in your life, or, you know, commit to you, if it's like a relationship, or just be more present where you are, if they do that, I feel like you will probably accept them. So like, go ahead with open arms. But if they don't, to like, that is kind of unfortunate, but okay. So it's kind of like, because this Queen of Swords here, it's kind of like guarding. So there's a bowl of water here, and it's behind like these little sticks. It looks like a little prison. So to me, that's always like, she is keeping her heart safe. So you don't have to chase them with, I was gonna say your heart in your hand. That sounds very gory. But you know, you don't have to be chasing them to give it to them. If they want to take care of your heart, if they want to be with you, they are going to have to come to you, and then you decide whether to offer it to them. Does that make sense? So it's like, they don't really want you to do anything. Your advice is just to, again, sit back, relax, chill. Stay in your power, stay in your throne. And with the Ten of Pentacles, if there's this like, if there's some type of like family reunion, and you were like, I don't know if I should go, I feel like it's a good idea for you to go. Maybe you will see them there and they'll get over their fucking fear. But if not, like, I feel like if one of the things that they're telling you as advice is to kind of surround yourself with people that support you. And this is not necessarily 100% related to this person. It's just that maybe you could use some time away from like the daily hassles of life, or just you could use more community, like a more, you might need to feel like you belong somewhere. And I feel like you are doing pretty good at this. Like, they're going around being like crazy scared and shit, but you are pretty okay. Like, you're going like, all right. So you're not jumping straight into it, but it's also, it kind of feels like you could be waiting for a little bit to see what he's going to do. So maybe I feel like what they're telling you is to try to find that sense of community with other people. So because if they're gonna come like forward, you could literally just stay there and kind of wait it out, like, by yourself, or you could go out and have fun with other people. Does that make sense? So they're not necessarily telling you to wait for this person. They're not telling you to take off running and move on, but to kind of live your life and be happy. Because again, I feel like you may be right now feeling the need to feel like you belong somewhere, to feel loved, to feel supported. And this person may not be able to do it right now, but there are other people that can. So in like in your community, in your family, they said something about a workshop. So maybe you wanted to go to a workshop, and there's something that's going to be like a very nice experience for you. Or I mentioned like a family dinner, or just something like that with several people, okay? To kind of, they're saying rejuvenate you. So maybe you're feeling kind of down. Again, maybe not directly because of this person. It could be in general, right? But your advice is to kind of, that's going to cheer you up. So they want you to try that out, okay? And when it comes to this person, if they stop being afraid, I was about to say a bad word because I was gonna, if they stop being a cat, if they stop being a cat, they will come back. Like, you don't have to. They will get to you, okay? They will find you. They will talk to you if they want to. If not, if they're gonna be afraid forever, well, that's too bad. They're lost, okay? So that's kind of the thing that I'm seeing there for you. But yeah, they're just fucking scared. I'm not gonna lie. That is like the main energy. Like, even these cards, I wouldn't like typically read those cards like that, but it's not even like I'm reading the cards. It feels like I'm reading just the energy that's coming through. So the cards are literally just for like an extra crutch. Like, I don't really need them, I think. So yeah, that is all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do my this about the channel over there, and I also post them in my community tab. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much love to you. Bye bye.